Hey guys, welcome to Patriot DIY. Today I'll be showing you how to remove the grill and the front bumper. It'll let you access pretty much anything inside here, your fog lights, your blinkers. You'll be able to change the inside grill on the grill here, and you'll also be able to take the grill off to paint it if you need to. Alright, so a couple things you're going to need for this project: a drill with a hex bit. You're going to need a small socket wrench with a 9 32 inch socket. You need a little multi screwdriver, a larger socket wrench. This is a number 10. And you'll also need a flathead screwdriver to pry out the little plastic pieces inside the wheel well. You can use gloves if you want. I like these gloves because they give you better grip. And the other thing would be a bench to get underneath if you want it. Alright guys, so the first thing we need to do is pop the hood. That'll let us access screws and stuff like that inside. We'll get that open here. If any of you are interested, one of the other mods I'll be doing is putting something better to hold up the hood. I don't really like these little yellow things. I feel like they're flimsy and they might break on me. First thing we're going to start off with is these screws right here. I'm missing one right here. That'll let you give you more access a bit. Try and always put your screws at the same place, therefore you'll be able to not lose them. The next one you'll have to take off is this bolt right here and this bolt right here. It's fairly easy to take off. They're actually pretty loose from the start. You can actually use your hands after you twisted it once or twice. There you go, there's one. And now the other side. And there's that one. Alright, so from this point, if you just want to remove this grill, there is a way to kind of get in there if you have small hands and push the knobs down and it'll pop just right out. I don't have small enough hands, so I won't be able to do it. Tried for about 30 minutes yesterday and my hands are just too big to get in there. So what we'll be doing is we'll be taking the screws out of the wheel wells and underneath, and then we'll just be able to pop the whole bumper off and just remove the blinking lights for now. Alright, so next you got to take off one screw here, and one screw down there. Again, I'm missing that one because I always lose one. It's not really a big deal, it holds up anyways. There's also two little prongs that go underneath here. I took them out yesterday and I had such a pain taking them out that I didn't put them back in. They're useless, they don't really hold anything other than this bumper to this little plastic piece. Plastic piece is not going to go anywhere unless you're doing something crazy with it, and even then if it does go somewhere, not a big deal. So just take these two bolts out. What I like to do is turn my wheel inside to have more room, so I'm going to go do that and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I turned my wheel to the inside. Now I just have to take these little ones off here, and we'll be able to pry the bumper off. Actually, there's also one in here that's a bit of a pain. That's why I'm going to use my multi-tool after. It'll be easier to get to after we pry out a bit of the wheel well. There's one. Alright, so after this, we'll get the flathead screwdriver. All you need to do is put it inside this little piece right here, and just pull back. Then you'll be able to take the wheel well out, and then you'll have one little screw right here that'll be the same. You'll be using the same socket as these here, and then you'll be able to pull that whole side apart. Oh, it's right there. It's a little bit of a hassle because the wheel well pushes on the screwdriver, but the real pain is putting it back in. I almost left it out yesterday as well, but the only thing is it's the only screw attaching these two bumpers, so I didn't want it to create a bigger gap or something like that, and then wire would be going into the water would be going into the wires back there and stuff like that. I didn't want that. So that's almost out. There you go. That one's out. Put the screws back with the others so I don't lose them. And do the other side from here. Alright, so again on this side, looks like the tire won't be in the way. So I'll take these out. Take the next one. Again here, I only have two. It's not a big deal. There goes that one. And then again, we're going to take the flathead screwdriver, pry that out a bit. If you have a plastic flathead or something like that that you want to use so that you don't kind of ruin this siding here, you can use that as well. Probably better for your vehicle. And again, we're going to go up in here, take this screw out, and then we'll be able to take the bumper off. There you go, screws out, 3 screws out, we're done for that. A little blanket underneath just so I don't ruin my bumper if I knock it down or something or falls off. Gonna start by pulling on this side. So what you want to do is you want to put your hand right here and push down and pull down as you're pulling that way. There's actually a little clip in here that likes to get stuck in there. So we'll do that here. There you go. That's done. The light actually came out as I was pulling. Didn't do that yesterday. So that side's done. All we have to do is the other side. So again, pull down. So again, it gets a little tricky sometimes. You might have to pry with a screwdriver. There's this thing here actually gets stuck in the crease here. So just try and pry that maybe as you're doing it. There you go. And that's out. So pretty much now it's just hanging on wires. Just turn the flashlight here, the blinker light, to remove it, and then we'll be able to pull the whole bumper off. So that's pretty much it for that part. Next I'll show you how to actually take this grill off right here, and other than that, again, these blinker lights, if you need to change them, they'll be right here when you pull it off. Your fog light wires are down there. If you wanted to add maybe a tow hook in here, probably. That's how you take your bumper off to get to this part. So yeah, I'll be showing you how to remove the plastic piece up here next. Part right here, again, just so you guys can see it, this is where your fog lights hook up. Your wire goes up to the passenger side of your vehicle. So yeah, I'll get started with this. Pretty self-explanatory. You got some metal knobs right here that you need to take off. I pried them off with a screwdriver, and then you just kind of get your screwdriver in here, pry these off, and then you'll be good to go. There's one. There's two. And then the rest almost all just come off. So yeah, you just kind of want to go down the line here. There's another one. Oh no, it's not done. There's one. Some of them are a little tricky because they pop back in. There you go. So there's that one. I think other than that, who do we have? We got this one here. There you go. So now this is off. Clean it, prep it, plasti dip it, make it look nice, do whatever you want to it. And then you also have this off. They have access to now if you want to take your fog lights out or anything like that. Alright, so next, putting it back on. Obviously, it's pretty much everything in reverse. So put this back in, like so. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's back in. Get it back onto your bumper. I'll be showing you how to do that. Alright guys, so you've taken everything off now. You just want to put your bumper back in. I suggest maybe as you're doing this, try and find a place to hook up this wire to this thing, your fog light wire. If not, it's going to dangle underneath and it'll be it could get damaged by the water or something like that. And then just bring it up here. You can rest it on the bar right there, and then go side by side to put your lights back in. That's one side, your light back in. For some reason this one decided to be a pain. There you go. Alright, so this one's back in. So start with this side. Again, just push. You'll actually see a prong here that goes into a black little spacer here. Just try and get that inside. And it'll snap right back in. This goes right in here. On this side, do the same thing. Align the prong together and push your light right back in. And then your bumper's pretty much in. You just got to put the screws back in. So, go ahead and put the screws back in right away. So, one screw here. Don't put too much torque on them. You don't want it to go through the actual plastic of the bumper. Just put light pressure, light torque. You'll be good to go. They don't need to be super solid. It's not actually holding much. The bolts here at the end are actually holding most of it. Don't worry about it. If you lose one screw, again, it's not a big deal. So there goes that. Put the bolts back in. Alright guys, so now that the screws back up here are in, you'll have to screw these ones in. You're going to start off by putting the screw back in here, which I'd say is the hardest problem with the whole taking off the bumper. For some reason I can never get it to actually go in both holes, so we'll see how much of a challenge it gives me today. So again, using this, try and pry this as much as possible and find the hole. Have to play around with the bumper a bit to get the two holes to align. I drop it about 65 times before I'll get it in. But hey, that's the fun of the job. One thing I did realize is if you started off with your hand, it might actually be easier, and looks like it's going in. So we'll go that way. Perfect. so that's in. Now we'll just have to pry this wheel well back in there, put the two screws, do the same thing on the other side, and after that we'll be done. So there you go. We can pry this again. Plastic screwdriver or something like that probably be better to not ruin your paint. Try and start from the top. Oh, that's a lot easier. There you go, so that's in. Put these screws back in. And that's about it, other than the other side. Alright guys, so other than that, not much else you can do. Just make sure when you close your hood that there's no big gap here or something going wrong. You don't want a half-inch gap here. Obviously that means something's not aligned properly. Make sure your blinkers are working correctly and your fog lights. Then you'll know that there's nothing that was damaged in the wiring. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be doing more videos such as putting in a aftermarket comb filter in exactly the same spot as your regular air filter. I'll be showing you how to put Jeep Patriot around the world or Jeep Patriot Canada stickers. I'll also be doing a window banner across my Jeep over here. I'll probably be either tinting or dipping completely the blinker lights soon. I'll probably be able to show you how to do an RRO lift possibly in the next couple months. I'm hoping to buy it soon. That'll be fun to do. Other than that, if you have any suggestions for different things you'd like to see me do, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.